Today we're going to be doing a full body workout using body weight only to help improve your mountain biking conditioning, overall health, or anything else you enjoy doing. Let's get started. To see great results with this program, I recommend doing it 3 times a week. First week, you'll be doing it 1 set. Second week, 2 sets. Third week, 3 sets. We're gonna get started with the first exercise, which is called dead bug. It's a core exercise where we're gonna be laying on our back on the floor. This is gonna be to help working on strengthening the core. You're gonna be starting in, this is called tabletop position. So 90 degrees with the legs, drawing your abdominal wall down. Hands are going to be over the shoulders. From here, I'm going to alternate arm and leg extending out. I'm only going to go out as far as I can keep that abdominal wall engaged, coming back to the center. So we'll inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So we don't want to pelvic tilt, arch our back, or our ribs to pop up. All right, exercise 2 is plank, second core exercise. You're gonna be down on the floor. We wanna have a lot of consistent pressure through the forearms, so we don't wanna feel like we're digging our elbows into the ground. Tucking your toes under, engaging the core. So to do that, we're gonna tuck our tailbone under into the floor so much that we engage our abdominal muscles, and we're gonna lift up from there. We wanna find where our elbows are under our shoulders. Again, my abdominal wall is squeezed up, heels are dropped back. Think about engaging everything through the front of the body. This is going to be a static position, so we're just holding for as long as we can maintain neutral spine and engagement through the abdominal wall. Keeping your abdominal wall engaged, knees down, and rest. Next exercise is going to be a floor bridge. In regards to mountain biking, this is an amazing exercise to help strengthen the hips. So let's get going. Also, gives your booty a nice looking curve and shape. So we're gonna lay down. Feet are comfortably hip width apart. Comfortable bend in the knees. So you wanna be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. We wanna get into the neutral spine. So we wanna make sure we draw the abdominal wall down. Now for the bridge itself, I'm gonna push down through my feet. I'm gonna be squeezing up with my glutes. I'm trying to get a straight line from my knee to my shoulder. So I don't wanna be here. So tailbone, again, tucked up. So I feel a lot of activity back through here. Controlling down. Once you feel the floor, you're gonna come back up, but you don't wanna feel like you're letting your muscles go. Push up, breathe out. Breathe in as you come down, back up. And when we're doing exercises right now for repetitions, I recommend about 15. All right, now a little bit more advanced exercise for the core, but also for the upper body, for stability through our shoulder girdle, which is really important to keep stress out of the neck, tension out of the wrists and elbows, as well as you're trying to balance and stable moving around the bike underneath you. So there's 2 options. So we have a modification, which I'll always recommend first, is the knee on the ground. So from here, my elbow is right under my shoulder. I wanna do like a push-up. I'm pushing down and away, same as our standard plank through that forearm. From this point, stacking my shoulders, abdominal walls drawn back, and I wanna lift through the side of my body here. So as I come up in this push away sensation here, feeling your obliques help lift up. So my hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. With this one, let's start at about 10 to 15 seconds holding. If you feel any tension in your shoulder or pain in your shoulder, go ahead and come out of the exercise. And then just work on it as you get stronger. All right, so the standard side iso abs. The feet are gonna be slightly in front of the hips, but that same lift. So, pushing down through the forearm evenly, lifting up through the ribs. Keeping the hips and those shoulders stacked. Feet are on top of each other. So as you transition and you progress through exercises to the more challenging ones, it's gonna be normal that you can't do them as long or as many repetitions. Next exercise is a floor cobra. This one's gonna be focusing on strengthening the back muscles, the shoulder muscles. Those are gonna be help us avoiding this rounding on the bike. And again, putting the stress here. Also help with general daily life posture. If you have any neck pain or pain back here between your shoulder blades, this one's gonna really help you. So we're just gonna lay down on the floor. Tailbone's tucked into the ground, so we don't wanna look like this. We wanna feel really active right here under the glutes. Pushing down through the fronts of the shoes into the floor, so that whole lower body's active. Palms are gonna be facing into the floor. From here, so first I have that lower body activated. Pushing through the tops of those feet, I'm gonna lift up my chest. I wanna try to get those shoulder blades towards the spine. So arms lift up, looking slightly forward. I'm trying to squeeze the shoulder blades to the spine, but at the same time, think about reaching your fingertips towards your feet to avoid this shrugging sensation. And you're just holding. So you really want to feel a lot of energy and fire through the lower body, and that's really going to help support the lower back. Hold for about 20 seconds to start. We're going to go to everybody's favorite, the push-up. So push-up, everybody knows, it's great exercise for the upper body. It's also a really great exercise for the core as well. Again, just maneuvering around on the bike. Push-ups are a great simple exercise, really to do anywhere. So, we're gonna get into basically a plank position on the hands, but we're gonna have them out slightly. Now, a lot of people tend to do push-ups and they drop their hips like this, or their head or their elbows go out and up way too much. So, we wanna try to first engage through the abdominal wall, tailbone tucks under, so that lower body's super active. And then to help us avoid shrugging, we want to be really aware of those shoulder blades. So we want to pull the shoulder blades back towards the spine and then down towards the hips. A lot of people have limited mobility through their shoulder girdle, so they're going to have a lot of tendency to do this. So think about creating a lot of length through the front of the body. So you want your collarbone to reach forward towards the wall in front of you. As you go down, the more your quadruped, or your quads, the front of your thighs, and your abdominal wall stays drawn up, it's gonna give you a lot more control and a lot less load through your upper body. So as I go down, I'm trying to keep a straight line from the crown of my head towards those ankles. So you're gonna go down as low as you can, as long as you're not losing the rest of the body. So as the elbows go out, they'll be slightly, they're not gonna go straight out to the sides, they're gonna be slightly tucked back. Breathing out as you push up. So you'll notice my head's not dropping and my butt's not dropping. Nice flat upper back. Next exercise is for the lower body. We're gonna be doing squats. So as we do squats, we're gonna be having our feet about shoulder width apart. As we go down, we really want to make sure we have proper tracking from the hips, knees to the ankles. So what that's going to look like is I go down into my squat, I want my knees, my kneecaps to be facing straight forward. So we're just going to be aware of that. Push down through the heels to come up. As we do our squats, just making sure we don't have too much of a drop with the upper body, that if you're dropping your upper body too much, you're probably gonna feel way more in your quads than your glutes. So what we need to do is probably do a slight tuck under, just very mildly with that tailbone, to help keep the knees going forward a little bit more and the hips getting lower. Again, my knees are tracking straight forward, pushing down through the heels, squeezing my glutes to bring myself up. About 15 to 20 repetitions, depending on where you're at. And easy thing, no matter where you are, you can be doing squats. If that's super easy, but you still don't have any dumbbells or resistance bands, do 100 of them. All right, that's our workout. Again, you want to work on challenging yourself, but always make sure that you're being safe to be able to keep up the next day and progress your program going forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this workout. There'll be another one up soon.